You gotta try this. A churro not to be missed. My home city of Los Angeles is one of the most culinary diverse places in the entire world. Collard green lasagna, yes! And what makes it so exciting is how personal those food stories can truly be.
Well, I can't wait to grow up. Ooh.
Everywhere you look, there's chefs blending their heritage, celebrating neighborhoods, and sharing those personal stories that make these concepts so, so incredible. Let's check out a few places that capture that spirit.
That was good.
I'm Chef Nyesha Arrington, and this is Plateworthy. We're heading to Highland Park. Not an area of town I spend a lot of time in, so I'm very, very excited about this. There's an incredible chef there. Ellen Ramos is creating some incredible works of art, her modern take on these traditional Mexican pastries, which I'm very, very stoked to taste.
My dad was Salvadorian, my mom's Mexican, and just kind of fuse that up with what I grew up as an Angelino.
I love that, a native Angelino,
yeah,
few and far
through
between,
and through,
girl.
Yeah, I'm like through and through. What you gotta try is our Santa Canela Concha. It's our most popular here.
Amazing.
It's a cinnamon concha, and then in the inside it's filled with the burnt vanilla cream. It reminds me of like a Oreo situation on the inside. It's so good.
Beautiful.
So champurrado is basically like a Mexican hot chocolate that's made with fresh masa. I wanted to kind of take that.
I feel
and
you.
fuse it with my favorite donut. Right, I still go to the same champurrado lady I had gone
Yes.
to when I was like 10. And
Yes.
she's been here, she had it, and she's like, that's my drink on that. I'm like, yep,
amazing.
that's right. Then we have the alley churro that you're gonna try. Everyone loves our churros.
Dude,
here.
iconic. I've
Yeah.
seen so many awesome photos of
I'm
it.
excited for you to see it.
I just have a really humble, small amount of pastries for breakfast here. Dang. It's light, it's fluffy, but then you have that beautiful traditional sort of coating and texture on the top and that burnt vanilla bean flavor. Wow. This is reminiscent of a maple bar. It reminds me of Saturday mornings at home with the family, getting a box of donuts. Oh my gosh, you can smell the love that went into this. Wow. See, this is the type of pastry you can eat all morning long. It's not oversaturated with sugar, right? This is light, so you can really truly experience the entire menu without feeling really heavy. This iconic symbol of Los Angeles. Hey, yay. Yes, 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 love a churro. Wow. You know, choux pastry is one of the most difficult techniques, I think, to nail. The lightness, the airiness, beautiful notes of cinnamon, granulated sugar on the outside gives you that crunch and texture against the sort of pillowy softness inside, which is what you want in a beautiful churro expression like this. I mean, I don't think it gets more LA than this. Main Street is one of my favorite places to visit in Santa Monica. I mean, I grew up on this street, I've worked on this street. I definitely take this little girl out on this street, but what I'm very excited to show you is Augie's on Main. It's my former mentor, friend, Chef Josiah Citrin. He has an amazing restaurant, Citrin of Wilshire and 11th. I had the honor and pleasure of working with him at Melise restaurant. Being tied to Chef Josiah has truly been an incredible part of my journey.
I know you come here quite often, which
do.
I appreciate.
Honestly, this place feels like eternal summer. Like there's nothing better than riding my bike down here. You have some delicious menu items on that definitely hug the soul. The ratatouille, the chicken sandwich, the hot dogs are killer, and not to mention that delicious veggie sandwich.
Augie's on Main. It's my son, and unfortunately my son passed away. We started this project when he was still living, but that's why I keep this place going even if I lose money.
I had the honor of meeting him and watching him grow up as well, and
yeah, you knew
cooking
him
for
all
him.
over.
Yeah, his legacy lives on. What an incredible gentleman. What sort of elements or techniques do you apply in a sort of fast casual setting like this from the fine dining world?
We're starting this concept, and at the same time we had the dirty chicken at Citrin that's kind of started blowing up and doing really well. We did so much testing on it, how we cook it, where we cook it to get to the point where it can be heated up in 9.5 minutes.
Okay.
And exactly how it's served as Citrin.
Yes.
But then in a fast casual environment. So first we take the chicken, you know, we season it, we bread it with a dirty chicken panko crust, but we mix it with preserved Meyer lemon, triple blanched garlic, you know all
Classic Josiah
about
move.
me and triple blanched garlic.
Yes.
Then we bread it nice, we fry it till it's perfectly cooked, and it creates the perfect dirty fried chicken.
Yum. Let's go.
right.
I'm excited. Yes. I love the texture. See, I mean, for me, this is how you highlight, right? You don't want to hide behind ingredients. You get the moisture from the chicken. You can tell the brine adds an incredible depth of flavor, the texture of the crust of the chicken. You know, I think that food, it becomes the vessel, right? The chef is the artist, and this tells a story, and it's a beautiful thing to celebrate. You see it? You want to talk? Yeah. American cheese, your favorite, huh? You want to go to the beach? Every neighborhood in Los Angeles has its own unique history. But here in South LA, it's all about celebrating culture, music, and community. Chef Cheddar!
Yeah, so good to see you. So good to see you.
So good to see you. I was trying to head to the beach. I got lost and ended
I
up in
know.
your kitchen.
Ended up right here in View Park.
Yes. My dad grew up right down the street.
Really?
Yes,
I love
yes.
this neighborhood. Somerville, a contemporary American restaurant inspired by a jazz supper club. Live jazz music every night.
Love that.
Beautiful people, delicious cocktails.
Oh, what more can you really ask
Not
for?
too much more.
Not too much. Los
Yeah,
Angeles
not too
energy.
much more. You know, Chef, I would love to show you one of our classic dishes,
Amazing.
collard green lasagna.
Collard green lasagna?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes.
Now we're gonna start braising some collard greens, right?
Yes, sir.
It has great, great flavor.
It really does.
You know, we love the umami, the earthy.
We love it. And it's nutrient dense.
We'll be adding the garlic oil first. So we do leek,
Amazing.
shallots, and onions. We'll add the garlic.
Yes. It's so incredible to see the transformation when you add that salt and how much beautiful liquid comes out of the actual
Exactly.
vegetable.
Yeah, I love talking to you, Chef.
Likewise, chef.
Vegetable stock,
Yes.
white wine,
Yes.
and apple cider vinegar.
Beautiful.
And the sun-dried tomato.
Okay.
I'm gonna add a little bit of brown sugar,
Oh,
mix that
let's
in.
go. Brown sugar. That's what they used to call me back in high school.
Sugar, sugar, how you get so fly. Bring that up to a boil, turn it down to a simmer.
So you want to cook all the alcohol?
You want to cook all the alcohol out. All right, 3 to 5 minutes later, there's a lot of liquid that's gonna come out that collard green, and it's gonna simmer for the next hour and a half.
Wow.
We'll start with the Bluesdale spinach, then whole eggs and egg yolks. I'm gonna process it, no more than a minute. You don't want the eggs to get too hot. This is 00 flour.
00.
You know, your
High gluten.
high gluten, maximum hydration.
Sure. Wow. Look at that color.
This batch right here will probably make us 6 portions of lasagna.
Oh, nice. So this is a daily process.
It has to be fresh is best.
Of course.
Yeah. Olive oil is gonna go in here. It's a Greek olive oil. I don't want to butcher the name, but it is this olive oil. It's delicious. There's a little spice behind it.
Love it.
After you knead it for about 10 minutes,
Yes.
we come out with this.
Ooh. Look at that.
Beautiful, you see the striations of the spinach. When you press on it, it has a cool little bounce back. Awesome. Now we'll let this dough rest.
Okie dokie.
1 hour, we'll let it
Little
relax.
siesta.
Now we're gonna start rolling some pasta.
Excellent.
About 1/8 of an inch thick.
Okay.
It's best eaten when it's a little thick and a little bit past al dente.
Ooh.
You know.
My stomach literally just growled.
The reason I love Los Angeles, when I started here as a young cook,
Yes.
you know, Chef Rory used to always walk me to the farmer's market.
sure I saw you guys there.
But it was the life, and I really enjoyed it.
I
you know,
believe it.
and I really try to take advantage of what we have here.
Of course.
You know, and if I don't cook with the best product, I'm kind of short selling myself. This is 2 portions. We're gonna blanch the pasta for about a minute and a half.
Amazing.
But first you have to season it. Remember like when you go to Santa Monica and you almost drown because the wave hit you right in your face and you taste the salty water? That's how the salt needs to taste like in the water.
Makes sense.
You know, then
Like the sea.
Like the sea.
Yes.
You know, then you blanch it about a minute and a half.
Yes.
Then we cool it down in the ice bath. Then we coat it in olive oil so it doesn't stick.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
How many sheets per dish?
1 sheet per dish.
Okay.
It's a 3-layer lasagna.
3-layer lasagna. Amazing.
The classic bechamel.
Sure.
Milk, flour,
Yes.
butter, nutmeg.
Okay. Sort of a light roux.
Yeah. Then we're gonna go with some lemon ricotta.
How light and bright and beautiful. Jeez.
Then collard greens, a Swiss cheese, Gruyere,
Lovely.
Emmentaler,
Lovely.
18 months old Parmesan cheese. I love a good French onion soup sometimes.
Dude,
And I was
say
like, you know what? I
less.
love those Gruyere and Parmesan on my soup. I'm like,
Yes.
why can't it work on my lasagna?
Hey, but it makes sense. I see what
Yeah.
you're doing, Chef.
Final,
Bechamel.
final top of bechamel.
The storytelling that's going into this dish, starting from the cookware, the cast iron pan, celebrating ancestral ingredients. This is like a lasagna I've never seen before, but it all makes sense. Smells impeccable, Chef. The aroma is just screaming California.
You know what? You made it. So.
No, come on.
For a little bit more 18
Oh, let's
months
go.
Parmesan cheese.
Yes.
A little bit of Aleppo pepper. Little heat, sweetness. I love it.
And it plays so beautifully with the citrusy notes.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. This is gonna hug my entire soul.
Hope it's hitting. Hope it's hitting.
This is Somerville.
Okay. That's pretty delicious.
You can feel literally the celebration of community. This right here tastes like LA.
I love that. Thank you so much. You know, I wasn't born here, but I'm proud to be from here.
It shows,
You know, so,
truly. Thank
yeah.
you.
Welcome to Somerville.
We're joined by old friends, new friends, in this beautiful space. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Yeah, so that as soon as you walk through the door off Slauson, you know, you're immediately transported, you know, through the aroma, through the vibe, through the sounds, acoustics, you know, ambiance. It really grabs you and pulls you in. So to see that, you know, done by friends is truly incredible.
Somerville really was just the natural progression of our friendship and our partnership. You know, all of us grew up in and around this area. You know, we were reading about the history of the area. It kind of told this story about this hotel on the corner of Central and 41st, the Dunbar Hotel, which was built by a husband and wife named Dr. Somerville. And the things that it catalyzed both for that neighborhood, but also how it became like the unofficial launchpad for jazz music on the West Coast. Also a place where civil rights really spawned on the West Coast, and we were super inspired.
Yeah, I grew up in a food-centric house where my mom cooked a lot, but was also restrictive, so we could never eat out as much, or eating out was a treat. And
She
so
said we got food at home.
We got food at home. We got McDonald's at home, which I can't wait to grow up. Ooh. And so, like, I think restaurants and the dining experience became something like, it was a marker of independence. It was a marker of success to be able to eat out. And to this day, like, that is my idea of luxury and my idea of fun. And so to be able to have a place that can host that and give that experience to other people means a lot to me. It means a lot to us, and I'm so proud of it.
And we wanted to intentionally put it in View Park, Windsor Hills. This is one of the wealthiest communities of color in America. But for whatever reason, it's mostly fast food and liquor stores. And we wanted to kind of elevate that. You know, like everybody knows LA, but nobody looks at that skyline from the South, right?
Celebrating culture, community, and you know, that's what the essence of LA is all about. So it's really incredible to have been sort of on the outside looking in and seeing you guys develop. I've known you both for ages, you know.
I think our team has just done an incredible job, and people enjoy coming in because of the service and the consistency of the food, and the atmosphere, and the music is always on point.
This collard green lasagna is personally one of my favorite dishes on the menu. It's so unique, it's so savory, it's so flavorful.
So well seasoned.
These fried chicken and caviar sliders is probably our #1 seller. And then the short rib is also something that people tend to really rave about.
It pays homage to traditional dishes, but it brings them into a modern era of Los Angeles that feels ancestral.
Being a destination,
Yes.
being people that's out there. Like I get texts all the time from people who don't live anywhere near here, who discover this area and this neighborhood because they want to visit here, and that's, you know, that's also a source of pride.
So when we talk about Somerville, we describe it as an ode to the past, a toast to the present, and then a celebration of the progress.
I love that. Cheers, 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 cheers. Eyes, eyes, eyes. Come along, get in here, get in this out. I'm very excited about it. Oh, slow down. Ginger, look that way, girl. And I'm very excited because I actually haven't tried. I actually haven't tried this version.